Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera kepada semua peserta, partisipan yang menghadiri secara maya program siri webinar Hub yang ke-19 yang dibawakan secara langsung di Facebook GCRF Water Security Hub Malaysia Kelestarian. Siri webinar ini merupakan anjuran daripada Kelestarian Sekitar dan Sekuritas Masa Universiti Teknologi Malaysia di bawah projek GCRF, Water Security dan Sustainable Development Hub ditaja oleh GCRF UK dan juga kerjasama daripada Newcastle University. Bagi pihak penganjur, saya mengucapkan selamat datang kepada saudara-saudara sekalian, hadirin yang berbahagia dan juga yang berusaha Dr. Kalithasan. Selamat pagi Dr. Kali.
Ya,
Dan saya Salmiati selaku moderator siri webinar pada hari ini yang bertajuk Kelestarian Alam Sekitar Melalui Penglibatan dan Pemerkasaan Komuniti. Dan pada webinar ini kita bersama seorang pakar utama dalam bidang pengurusan sumber air dan ekosistem, khasnya penglibatan kepada komuniti, yang beliau telah berpengalaman lebih dari 20 tahun dalam bidang tersebut. Dan juga kita tahu kerajaan Malaysia menggalakkan program-program berkaitan dengan komuniti sebagai usaha untuk menjaga kelestarian persekitaran kita. Di antaranya adalah kelestarian terhadap sungai, biodiversiti persekitaran lain atau elemen lain yang berkaitan dengan persekitaran lainnya. Di antara program yang berkaitan adalah program kuda yang dicetuskan oleh Datuk Seri Zaini Ujang dan yang dibangunkan oleh beliau. Dan juga termasuk program seperti referensia yang dibangunkan oleh Dr. Kali Antip dan juga kebanyakan ranger-ranger lainnya. Baiklah, sebelum kita mulakan webinar ini, saya akan membacakan biografi ringkas beliau. Dr. Kalithasan Kailasam merupakan pengurus bagi program penjagaan sungai di Global Environment Center atau GEC, bertanggungjawab dalam mengurus ekosistem tasik dan sungai, kawalan pencemaran dan juga pendidikan alam sekitar. Dengan lebih 20 tahun berpengalaman, beliau adalah perintis dan sains rakyat dan penyertaan komuniti dalam pengurusan sungai Malaysia. Beliau telah menggaungkan beberapa projek utama yang berkaitan dengan pengembangan sungai, air, tanah lembab, pengurusan sisa pekerjaan, latihan pengauditan sungai dan juga ketersediaan banjir berajaskan komuniti. Antara program yang telah dibangunkan seperti Ranger, Smart Ranger, juga Dr. H2O. Dr. Kali juga kini merupakan peneraju program projek untuk beberapa projek termasuk perlindungan sungai, keperbagaian sungai, kehidupan hijau, pengurusan air, pengurusan hutan dan inisiatif memperkasakan komuniti. Beliau diiktiraf sebagai pakar utama dalam pengurusan air dan ekosistem, khususnya penglibatan komuniti dan telah dilantik sebagai penasihat, jurulatih atau ahli panel dalam berbagai inisiatif. Beliau juga telah membangunkan garis panduan, modul, buku panduan dan juga menerbitkan lebih dari 50 laporan teknikal dan saintifik. Okey, tanpa melengahkan masa, saya persilahkan Dr. Kali berkongsi pengetahuan dan kepakaran beliau. Silakan Dr. Kali.
Okey, terima kasih kepada Dr. Salmiati kerana perkenalkan saya. Selamat pagi dan semua salam kepada para hadirin secara virtual untuk program webinar pagi ini. Saya bagi pihak Global Environment Center terlebih dahulu mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada pihak urus setia iaitu Pusat Pelestarian Alam Sekitar dan Sekuriti Air Masa UTM, terutamanya Dr. Salme kerana memberi peluang dan menjemput saya untuk bersama dalam webinar program sebegini pentinglah untuk mendedahkan para pendengar tentang pengurusan sungai dan bagaimanakah peranan yang kita boleh mainkan bersama untuk melestarikan badan air di negara Malaysia khususnya. Okay, so izinkan saya share screen. Okay, Dr. Salmiati, okay? Is it full screen?
Ya, Doktor.
Okay, so we start. Okay, so PowerPoint saya adalah dalam bahasa Inggeris, tetapi saya cuba sampaikan dalam kedua bahasa lah, bahasa Malaysia dan juga bahasa Inggeris. The title of pembentangan saya ialah Environmental Sustainability through Community Engagement and Empowerment. Sebab sebagai pihak berkepentingan yang utama peneraju transformasi sektor air di Malaysia, komuniti memainkan peranan yang penting dan tidak boleh diabaikan penglibatan mereka lah dalam itu. So pembentangan ini untuk 40 minit yang akan datang akan melibatkan aspek-aspek sedikit pengenalan tentang Global Environment Center, siapa dia, pengenalan kepada alam sekitar, sungai, apakah isu-isu yang kita hadapi ketika ini, seterusnya pengurusan sungai secara mampan, dan akhir sekali perkongsian pengalaman Global Environment Center selama 25 tahun yang lepas lah, antara contoh-contoh dan program. Global Environment Center ialah sebuah badan bukan berkerajaan yang berdaftar di Malaysia, dan dia juga tidak berkeuntungan, non-profit organisation, dengan misi dia to safeguard and natural resource are conserved and used sustainably through equitable stakeholder partnership for the common good. Very important kita kata bahawa pengurusan mestilah melalui penglibatan pihak berkepentingan, dan tagline yang diguna pakai oleh Global Environment Center sejak 25 tahun lepas ialah Building Partnership for the Environment. Ini sangat penting sebab setiap daripada kita tidak boleh jadi champion on our own. Kita kena bekerjasama, and then we need to work together, we need to partner so that we can achieve the common benefit and common goal for everyone. Dan untuk mencapai vision yang saya nyatakan tadi, GC ada mempunyai 4 program utama, iaitu River Care yang mana saya datang daripada, and then Forest and Coastal di samping peatland. Peatland kita adalah pemain global. We have a huge project di 9 buah negara yang berbeza, dan outreach and partnership. Dan pergi kepada River Care Program dengan misi kita ialah to promote the protection, restoration and sustainable use of rivers by enhancing multi-stakeholder participation. Again, multi-stakeholder participation and knowledge to stimulate local action. Yang paling penting ialah tindakan setempat, itu sangat penting. Dengan misi yang kita nak capai ialah to have a clean, healthy, living, vibrant rivers for the people and for the environment. Bukan saja untuk orang ramai, masyarakat, tapi untuk alam sekitar. Untuk menterjemahkan misi dan visi kita di bawah River Care Program GEC, kita telah bangun pelbagai program lah, seperti yang boleh dilihat di skrin, di bawah skrin, Smart Ranger, River Ranger, Park Ranger, Dr. H2O, Flood Ranger, yang meliputi semua aspek pengurusan alam sekitar, terutamanya aspek badan air. Okay, so yang ini ialah antara skop-skop, aspek-aspek pengurusan penjagaan program penjagaan sungai, itu River Care Program. Dan satu perkara yang saya nak ambil perhatian kepada tuan-tuan dan puan dan para pelajar yang mengikuti program hari ini, bahawa river basin management should be guided by 2 principle, iaitu human and river ethic. Ini sangat penting. Kita tidak hanya boleh menggunakan prinsip manusia sahaja, tapi kita kena belajar dan juga imbangkan penglibatan human and river ethics. Sebab pada peringkat global, sungai telah diberi legal right, brotherhood karakteristik oleh beberapa negara di dunia. Contohnya New Zealand, Colombia, Canada. Banyak negara sudah mula merangka ke arah melestarikan sungai dan memberi hak penjagaan sungai, hak untuk to protect a self with a living concept to the river itself. So di GC kita telah ada bangunkan program yang melibatkan tentang water resource management, pengurusan sumber air, pemantauan kesihatan sungai, restorasi dan juga rehabilitasi, penjagaan dan konservasi, pressure and demand management, capacity building, environmental education, pollution management, as well as disaster risk management. This is also equally important, especially due to the climate change and so on. So in your screen, you can see the detail of all the program that covered under the river care. We try to cover as much as possible. So untuk mulakan pembentangan saya, kita nak mulakan satu konsep alam sekitar. Ini sangat penting untuk jaga alam sekitar. Kita harus faham apakah itu alam sekitar. Masalah dia kadang-kadang kita tak faham. So kalau setiap daripada kita mempunyai definisi masing-masing. No? So di GC kita gunakan definisi apa dipanggil ABC. ABC bukan air batu campur yang kita minum di luar, tapi di sini ialah abiotic, biotic and cultural. No? Ini kalau kita boleh simpulkan bahawa alam sekitar melibatkan semua dan segala-galanya. Tapi persoalan dia ialah bagaimanakah dengan orang ramai, manusia. Adakah manusia ini sebahagian daripada alam sekitar? Ini satu persoalan yang sangat penting dalam pembentangan saya. Kalau kita gagal faham dan dapat jawapan yang betul untuk soalan ini, maka kita akan gagal sentiasa dalam pengurusan alam sekitar secara lestari ataupun mampan. So untuk kami di GC dan juga pada peringkat atasan global, bahawa memang human is a part of the environment. Ini sangat penting sebab pengurusan alam sekitar mesti melibatkan pengurusan manusia. Human management, human factor should be part of the environmental management there. That's very important. So kita pergi kepada alam sekitar dan khusus kepada air pula. Water is life, water for life, and river is lifeline. And therefore, kita kena protect our river to protect our life. So a lot of people say, oh, we are doing for the environment, we are doing for river. Actually, no. Whatever we are planning to do or whatever we are going to do or whatever you are doing currently, actually we are doing for ourselves. Because without river or without water, there's no life. There are no human being and so on. So therefore, whatever I'm presenting, so-called human initiative, people's initiative, actually is for us, not for the environment. We are doing for environment, but actually it's for us lah to protect our life. And bila kita kata air, of course kita tahu air, fakta dia seperti dalam skrin, tapi air tak nak pergi detail. Isu yang saya nak tekankan bahawa water is life, water for life. No life without water. And then air adalah satu sumber semula jadi yang sangat precious, sangat penting. And then konsep dia although kita kata memang dia infinite, memang dia infinite, but very vulnerable resources. Ini yang jadi isu. Although it's infinite, but it's very vulnerable resources now. And then the problem that we have problem with the potable water, not with the water. Okay, as I mentioned, I redefine or repeat again, water is infinite, but potable water is not. Okay, potable water tidak. Okay, terhad. And then it can air boleh have the largest and short-term catastrophic consequences of all. With the God blessing or God grace or God copyright, human being, we can use, but unfortunately we cannot create or destroy. We can only recycle through the water cycle. This is very important. So this is the water cycle that we learn or we've been exposed from young education, from the primary stage, kindergarten and so on, play school, all these things. This is a principle of water cycle. But unfortunately, this is inaccurate. So the real water cycle should be this. Everyone need to understand water cycle is how you can see in the screen now. That whatever we do in our daily life is a part of the water cycle. Whatever we do here or whatever we fail to do here, you will have an impact on the water cycle. This is very important. That there's two things impacting the water cycle. One, what we do. The other one is what we fail to do also have an impact on the water cycle. So sometimes you need to be active. You be passive is also become a problem. So whatever we do in this catchment here, water cycle, it become transformed into come back to us as a water supply here now. This is how the thing. So river is our source of drinking water. And 97% of our potable water in Malaysia, one of the highest in the world, is from river. Okay, and why we need secure water resources? Because why? We are talking about all is interconnected. Water is interconnected, river is interconnected. So we need water for people, for human being, for food, for environment, as well for the industry and others. So it's all interconnected. So we cannot manage or focus sectorial, look into that for people, for the industrial, all this. So we need to interconnect, and then we need to balance the need of water for all sector, for all stakeholders. Okay, and when we go into water resource in Malaysia, of course, look into kita Malaysia being blessed, we have plenty of rain. Our what they call annual rainfall is 971 billion cubic meter per year, where out of that 51% as a surface runoff, and then the third 43 is being evaporated, and only 6% go into the ground. And if you look at the bottom there, water resources in terms of the number of river, because 51% going into the river, we have in total 2,986 rivers, which can cover into 189 river basin in Malaysia, where out of that 74 is in Peninsula, followed and then Sabah 75 and Sarawak 40. And then when we look into the river, is very important because rivers in every country, in every part of the global, playing important role in shaping and influencing the development of nation, all the cultural of the people. Okay, so as we know, all city towns are located beside river. Even Kuala Lumpur, Johor, I think UTM in Johor is Mua. Our civilization start from the river. So river provide everything for life: water, transportation, habitat, and food. And next to the why they're important, because they support for everything. They support for economic, GDP, social, cultural needs, religious, spiritual, and also for the environment. Okay. So that's what, when we talk about success model, so must involve all the economy, social, religious, and natural thing there. And what are the characteristics of the natural river? Because a lot of people, especially the young generation, they already forgot about how the natural river looks like, because they've been exposed into the man-made environment, or what they call transform river into develop and concrete channelized river. So as a natural river characteristic, first, river is a living entity. He'd have his own voice. From the voice of the stream, we can know the river is healthy or not. And then river have its own cleansing power. Dia mempunyai keupayaan untuk menjaga diri, untuk membersihkan diri. That's why God created river with a cleansing power. And dia juga ada meandering and ripples and pool. Itu ialah karakteristik yang sangat penting untuk menjaga diri dia, untuk memastikan diri dia adalah sentiasa viable and living karakteristik, untuk membersihkan diri, dan sungai mesti penuh dengan flora, fauna, aquatic life, dan bukan yang penuh dengan sampah-sampah yang seperti yang kita lihat sekarang lah. Okay, and paling penting, why river di Malaysia, seperti yang tadi saya nyatakan, 97% daripada potable water are coming from the rivers in Malaysia. Okay, one of the highest in the world. And the other concept kita harus faham ialah river dengan pihak berkepentingan, stakeholders. All rivers are not same, although it looks similar, but it's not same, not equal. Each river needs its own approach, own way of handling. So we need to have proper understanding of the stakeholder and success model for managing the river. Sebab success model for river, say for example, Mua River and Sungai Kelang adalah berbeza. So we cannot duplicate the success model of one river to another one. Sebab dia mempunyai karakteristik yang amat berbeza. So every river, dia mempunyai karakteristik. So when we talk about stakeholders, siapakah stakeholder sungai? Sungai kepunyaan siapa? We always talk about, is it kerajaan, private sectors ataupun public. But if you go more detail, all them kita perincikan dia, we are talking about whether it's a federal government, state government, local government, private sectors, education institution like UTM, local community, civil society, or non-profit organization, or general public, or media, or spiritual people. But in GC, when we look into the holistic approach, we see all these things can group into one main group, big group called human being, Homo sapien. So whatever we are talking about, the understanding that we are talking about, we are still arguing among the main group, which is a human being. Beside human being, there's another two stakeholder, which is flora and fauna, which is equal right or even more right to be and have access to the river. Ini sangat penting. So dalam pengurusan sungai, kita tidak hanya boleh memikirkan tentang manusia, tapi kita harus lihat juga kepentingan flora dan fauna. Sebab mereka juga ada hak ataupun lebih hak daripada manusia tentang pengurusan sungai. Dan we go that untuk itu kita kena bekerjasama dengan alam sekitar. We need to work with the nature and not against it. So sekarang banyak masalah wujud sebab kadang-kadang kita we work against the nature, against the flow, against the call of nature. Okay, tak gunakan nature-based solution and so on. And then the other one, kita juga ensure common good. Kita kena balancekan success model dan kegunaan bukan saja untuk manusia tapi juga untuk haiwan dan tumbuh-tumbuhan seperti dalam diagram yang ini, human flora. And then also economy, environment, social and religious. Kena balance jugalah, kita kena ini. So kadang-kadang pendekatan alam agama agak penting terutama di Malaysia. Okay, dan current condition of the thing, kita berharapan, biasanya orang ingat our opinion river is clean and healthy lah, seperti gambar. Tapi in reality lah seperti yang boleh dilihat lah, I think tuan-tuan dan puan yang mengikut webinar hari ini akan setuju bahawa ini ialah gambar yang kita selalu nampak, reality lah, colourful and so on. Okay, and isu secara global river quality, kita dapati bahawa berdasarkan laporan 2016 preliminary assessment of water quality situation in Latin America, Africa and also Asia, didapati satu daripada 3 sungai severe pathogenic pollution effect dan severe organic pollution terdapat dalam satu daripada 7 sungai yang dikaji, dipantau. Manakala dari segi isu salinity ialah 1/10 lah. Dan secara keseluruhan study tersebut menunjukkan bahawa 80% daripada global wastewater goes untreated. Ini yang jadi masalah. Dan ini mengandungi everything from human waste to highly toxic industry discharge. Ini yang masuk ke dalam badan air dan ini menyebabkan isu dia. Dan secara keseluruhan didapati bahawa most prevalent water quality problem at a global level is a eutrophication, yang alga bloom, all this thing disebabkan oleh result kandungan nutrien yang amat tinggi, sama ada fosfat ataupun nitrate lah. So ini adalah gambaran. Dan dari segi kualiti air pula kita dapati bahawa our sungai itu mempunyai stres yang tinggi sejak kebelakangan inilah, sejak 20 tahun kebelakangan, disebabkan oleh long history of catchment degradation, masalah dalam pengurusan lembangan, and then landscape changes, water cost diversion, perubahan aliran air, unsustainable extraction of the water, sand, natural resources, inadequate water sharing plan between the country, within the state, within the district, within the community. It's happened. Everything. And then pollution pula macam-macam lah, dari sedimentation, industrial, agriculture, and also other activity like aquaculture, land clearing, and the latest one is climate change. And obviously all these development changes affecting our heritage value of rivers. This is very important. And what you can see in the diagram, the gambar glass A and B at the global level is predicted within the next 11 years, half of the mankind at the global will be affecting by the water scarcity lah. So we will be left with no choice whether can have class A or B lah dalam masa 11 tahun. So kita takkan dia ada peluang untuk pilih air mana, A ke B. Sebab in certain part of Africa dah berlaku. So now issue is bagaimana dengan Malaysia pula. So ini adalah isu-isu atau cabaran di Malaysia. Kita ada isu banjir dan juga kemarau, permintaan air yang sangat tinggi, water shortage or water cut, unscheduled or scheduled issue on a water cut, and then river pollution, and 9% of the rivers are polluted, and there's a lot of things, and also a high non-revenue water, NRW water also issue there. And then the other one is a high water usage per capita, which is 226 compared to 160 as recommended by WHO and so on. Okay, and then Malaysia as a developing nation are facing numerous challenges and issues lah. Okay, and then satu perkara yang saya nak ambil lah, during the COVID-19 lockdown, okay, walaupun COVID not so good, but what transform ialah perubahan pada peringkat global dan lokal, bahawa berlaku peningkatan dari segi kualiti alam sekitar dan juga kualiti sungai and so on. Dapati peningkatan dari segi kualiti udara, kualiti air, peningkatan biodiversity, kemunculan spesies-spesies tertentu, all these things. So kalau secara keseluruhan, what kita boleh simpulkan bahawa alam sekitar dalam keadaan sebenar, bila di mana tempat haiwan hidup, dia adalah seperti di sebelah kanan, cantik, terpelihara. Tapi lihat bagaimana keadaan di mana manusia hidup. Okay, this how the people where and nature where environment where people live lah. What does it mean? The nature is healing itself lah. As less anthropogenic activity occur. So paling penting adalah kita kena manage our anthropogenic activity and let nature do the work for us. So if the cause is human, therefore the solution also must be from human too. The way forward, community participation, including youth, is vital for that. So kita lihat aspek river management. As I mentioned earlier, river is a living entity. So therefore, river management is vital for sustainable living. And whatever we do, we need to work in a sustainable manner because it's all connectivity. It's interconnected from the source to sea. As I say, all rivers are not same or equal. Each river needs it. So need proper understanding on the beneficiary stakeholder, which I already explained earlier. And then river health or living river. Work with the nature, not against it, and have a better understanding of integrated river basin, which I will explain in detail, and focus on the needs, usage, and holistic plan and respective equal model, and need to have balance. And most important, people are the main driver for the sustainable river management. And this is well defined in our Water Sector Transformation 2040, which been adopted by the Cabinet, developed by the EPU, and will be a blueprint for the next 20 years for water sector in Malaysia. So it clearly defined people are the main driver. So what is the community role for the healthy river, which cover three aspects: quality of water, quantity of water, and physical condition of the river. So their role is one on the ownership, conservation, rehabilitation, on the pollution waste management, together with the monitoring and enforcement for the river health, as well finally education and reconnect people with the nature. Okay, so in GC we have an approach called WIPC, where we are talking about number one, water and river basin education. Number two, to identify and understand the local needs and issue. We need to work bottom up as well. Proactive consultation and smart partnership and empowering action, and finally sharing and recognition. This is what we call WFC, a very WFC approach that GC developed, and this will cover on the 5 main elements: river basin management, water management, pollution management, as well people's empowerment. Okay, what are the approach to lead for the action? Number one, kita kena balance the hard approach and soft approach, and the hard approach to the here, which must balance with the pure applied civic science and social science together with the traditional science, so that we need to combine all the science. And finally, the civic science approach is important, where we need to put civic back into the civil engineering to instill the ownership. Okay, and when we talk about civic science, we are talking about 4 level: awareness, knowledge, and skill, which lead to the action. And in order to have a sustainable approach, we need to have the right tools. In case on your left hand side, you can see the program, and then there's a module that you can download from our website. You can scan the QR code, and the right tools, okay, appropriate for the different target group, and also the material which you can download for free. Okay, the next one is for citizen science, where we involve the community. We're talking about River Ranger 2.0, where we're talking about 4R2P approach, that where we talk understanding of the ecosystem, and then the mapping, and then hydrology, water quality, pollution reduction, resource consumption, and finally be proactive, and people as the main driver. I repeating again, people as the main driver through the citizen science 4R2P approach. And these are the GC's River Care Initiative. We have quite a number of things. And then following are the 25 years of experience of GC here. Number one, water is a basic for all SDG goals. No, is a center for everything. So we can't achieve any of the SDG without looking into the water. Okay, because it's a basic on that. Okay, number one, river restoration. So these are the example of the various our project on the river restoration using nature-based solution. This is the river adoption and beautification project, that various thing that. The third one is a technical project like river rehabilitation, like example what you can see on the left hand side, and how it looks like after the thing on the Sungai Way of Klang River Basin. We call river within river concept. And then lake rehabilitation, because when we talk about water body, we are talking about river as well, the lake. River adoption or monitoring scheme. Okay, I'm talking about citizen science, where community monitoring and adopting the river and so on. You can see that different river basin. And then water quality improvement using nature-based solution, itu menggunakan wetland cells to treat the sewage effluents and so on. Water quality improvement. Habitat creation, where we create fish and also invertebrate inculcate into our river stream. Okay. Number 7, river adoption, community garden, where we ask them to adopt the river basin or river reserve or river bank, so that we become ownership among the community. So this one example, AU2 of Klang River Basin before and after. Community garden is another example how community do that. Water body cleanup. When we talk about water body, not only river, but also we're talking about drain. Because drain is one of the basic unit of the river. We can't manage river without managing the drain. So drain is the basic unit of river. Okay, water body cleanup. And then when we talk about citizen science monitoring, auditing, river basin assessment, we are talking about what we call using the physical, chemical, and biological beside the monitoring of biod element. So community-based river monitoring. So these are example where community can monitor using our river report card and other things. So these are the example where they can use physical monitoring, chemical, biological, and share data in our website, River Ranger website. And then next is scientific river health index, where we're talking about river health index that we developed together with JPS and other parties. We have 4 component: river health index, river target, and river health monitoring plan, where 4 elements: physical, chemical, biological, and citizen participation parameters, also new element under the river health index. Pollution management using top-down, bottom-up approach, smart ranger, zero waste, 4R2C, recycling, rethink, reduce, rethink, and compose and closing the loop. Okay, and then pollution mapping, example. Drain management, as I mentioned earlier, love our drain campaign. And then recycling, composting, upcycling, reuse program, everyone can do. And waste to wealth, and turn waste into income, revenue generation. So a lot of community are making money. And then nature-based solution. These are the example of the project where we use a constructed wetland cell, and then slope stabilization or mitigation in Sungai in Perak. And then tree planting is another initiative important for catchment management. Disaster risk management, both drought and flood. We have various programs you can download. You can visit our website to download the material. Excuse me. Material for the drought and flood. And EE program is we have cover both green and also brown issue, education based and activity based activity. And in order to support the education, kita ada river open classroom. We have almost 7 river open classroom throughout the country, mainly in Selangor, Wilayah Persekutuan, and Perak. And this is a river care and education center. So you can see these are the center we have. Actually, in total we have 7, not 6. And also, as MC mentioned about Dato Sri Zaini Ujang, we are currently community active in river management through Friends of Rivers in Malaysia. Okay, so these are the history of formation of the Friends of Rivers in Malaysia. Move from the issue and project based to the proactive and ownership now. So we have a lot. One of the biggest Friends of Rivers is a Friends of Klang River Basin, where we have more than 36 community group under the Friends of Klang River Basin. And the last one to conclude before I hand over to the Secretariat is the bottom line. Our role is environment belong to all of us. Water is basic for human life, as I mentioned for the last 40 minutes. Water is connected with everything and anything. And so mismanagement of a river will affect every living thing. We need to start put civic into civil engineering. So balance hard, soft and hard approach. You and I can make different. If the cause, as I mentioned, human, then solution must be human too. So the key takeaway message for me is attitude. Just do it, walk the talk. No talk, action only cannot be like NATO. So we each of us today don't only enjoy the talk, the webinar, but also try to adopt at least one small activity so you can contribute towards the sustainable water management. Not necessarily you must go into river and do river management, but you can do it from your home to manage the river. You can play your role. You can manage your waste in your house, manage your drain, which is a part of the river management. So I think that is all about my presentation about sustainable river management through community participation. And finally, sustainable living. And you can adopt this. You must act through very sustainable balance of every aspect you do, not only outside go to the river and do once a year, once in 365 days. 3 days we go, once a year we go to the river and do. But also what do you do every day in your house or in your backyard is really matter. And finally, river care is a healthier environment, better economy, and more cohesive society. Together, we achieve more. Thank you. God bless. Okay. Thank you. Back to you, Dr.
Okay. Terima kasih banyak Dr. Kali di atas perkongsian kepakaran dan pihak penganjur webinar IPASA. Dan banyak rasanya pengetahuan dan manfaat yang kita dapatkan berkaitan dengan kelestarian alam sekitar dan juga keterlibatan daripada komuniti. Dari sini saya boleh menjelaskan atau beberapa perkongsian beliau, beberapa poin yang penting diantaranya adalah pentingnya kerjasama agensi terkait dengan komuniti juga untuk menjaga alam sekitar, termasuk juga sungai yang merupakan bekalan air untuk semua sektor dan terutamanya adalah untuk bekalan air yang 97% merupakan sumber daripada sungai atau air permukaan. Dan keterkaitan air sebagai sumber bekalan air. Dan termasuk juga isu-isu dan cabaran berkaitan dengan air di Malaysia dan usaha kita untuk mengatasi cabaran berikut. Dan juga serta komuniti, diantaranya adalah rasa memiliki terhadap sungai yang ada di sekitaran kita. Dan juga yang terlebih kepada peran daripada GCE yang merupakan beberapa bagian yaitu sungai angkat dan rehabilitasi termasuk tasik dan juga monitoring terhadap sungai. Dan juga community garden, juga water body clean up, diantara juga river health index dan juga sahabat sungai. Dan beberapa poin lainnya. Untuk itu sekarang saya akan buka sesi soal jawab. Saudara sekalian boleh bertanya berkaitan perkongsian hari ini melalui chat pada Facebook. Ada soalan daripada Dandara Castiano. What are the types of activities that GC usually do when it's come the community engagement and also how to community continuously the GC dia goes. Dah ditanya duluan dengan Chandra. So, sebenarnya nak tanya ini.
Okay, thank you. All activity, we do all activity lah. As I say, kita cuba balance top down and bottom up approach. Okay, kita cuba kaitkan. We need to link people with the environment. That we need to learn how to coexist with the environment. So that's what first thing we do to expose people about the importance of coexist with the environment. That's number one. Second is to know the river address. How dependent we are to the environment. Okay, so what we do, how we continue to help them to achieve their goal. Actually, we never ask community to do what GC want to achieve. We are there to help them what they want for their environment, for their river. So that's what we do. So we help them to achieve their focus or their goal in their area. So we show how best they can understand the issue and how best they can work to prevent the issue from happening and how best they can mitigate and overcome. And also link them, reconnect them with the respective agency that can support them. Example, DID, drainage irrigation, and also local authority. And that's how we do. GC, we are not taking lead on this, but we share with them, we link them with the agency who are the local parties that can help from the government and also to some extent to private sectors to support the financial needs beside the technology knowledge needed. Okay, that's our response. Thank you.
Daripada rekan saya, berdasarkan pengalaman GCE, berdasarkan pengalaman GC, bagaimana penerimaan, kesedaran dan tingkah laku masyarakat tentang penjagaan sungai sekarang berbanding dengan dahulu?
Kalau secara keseluruhan, sebab kalau saya pakai topi yang berbeza, topi GC, memang ada peningkatan dari segi penerimaan komuniti tentang kepentingan dan peranan yang perlu mereka mainkan. Tapi ada sedikit perbezaan antara komuniti di bandar dengan komuniti di luar bandar. Komuniti di luar bandar, dia menerima berbanding dengan komuniti di luar bandar. Di luar bandar dia sanggup sertai, tapi ownership memang sedikit susah lah. Okay? Berbanding dengan komuniti di bandar, dia faham, knowledge wise dia bagus, tapi willingness to come participate masih lagi kurang tapi sejak 20 tahun memang berlaku peningkatan penglibatan komuniti, penerima mereka memang cukup bagus lah. Bukan saja komuniti, even politicians sekarang, spiritual people also now dah sudah melihat kepentingan, sebab kuliah subur pun sekarang masjid dekat surau pun sekarang dah khutbah Jumaat pun dah emphasize on alam sekitar, perjalanan sungai kan. So memang positif improvement lah sejak 20 tahun ini. Okay, that's a good.
Ada satu lagi soalan di sini, apakah cabaran dalam meningkatkan kesedaran di kalangan masyarakat tentang isu berkaitan air di negara ini dan ini seterusnya mengubah tingkah laku mereka dalam penggunaan air seharian?
Okey, satu ialah pemahaman komuniti tentang air dan juga sungai lah. Sebab mereka tak faham bahawa kaitan kita dengan sungai. Dengan sungai tu, air tu datang daripada pili. Is a tap. They don't know that 97% coming from the river. Majority when we discuss we talk to the young generation especially, they don't really understand. So ini pertama. Yang kedua ialah when they talk about water, dia hanya lihat sebagai air yang kita minum, air yang kita mandi, yang kita guna secara fizikal, yang luaran saja. Tapi kita harus faham bahawa water ada dua jenis, iaitu virtual water and physical, yang real water lah. So kita harus lihat bukan saja konservasi pembaziran air yang kita minum, kita guna, tapi juga virtual water daripada bahan air yang digunakan untuk hasilkan produk, untuk pengangkutan baju yang kita gunakan atau makanan yang kita makan. water footprint. Virtual water also important lah. So ini pemahaman komuniti tentang air dan badan air masih lagi tak menyeluruh. So itu cabaran utama lah. Kita kena sedarkan komuniti semua aspek ini. Okay.
Oh, ada soalan lain iaitu how does the GEC track engage with the local community and maintain long-term relationship with them, and we do not want to one-time refer program.
I totally agree with you, Chong Weng Hai. GC never encourage, in fact, never participate in one of event lah. Sebab kita bukan political party where we want publicity. Okay, it must be initiative. That's why we call it initiative. Initiative means something that continuous. When we work with the community, we say we are not interested on you start any event, tapi to solve the problem. So we work with them. We first for them to understand what is the issue and what they want to achieve in long run. So we try to get people understand what is their aim. And they begin with the end in the mind. How the picture, river picture they have in their mind for the next 5 to 10 or 20 years time. And we try to help them to achieve that, paint the right picture, the sustainable river picture in their people's mind. So we give ownership, stimulate ownership in everyone in the community member, so that because once from here goes down to the heart, you will stimulate, you will motivate them to continue with or without GEC, and that is the best part of GEC. We want them to take ownership of the project. Okay, thank you. I think that's our response.
Okay. Karena tidak ada soalan lain, kita cukupkan sampai di sini. Sekali lagi, terima kasih kepada Dr. Kali atas perkongsian sebentar tadi. Semoga menambah pengetahuan kita semua dalam bidang kelestarian dan juga komuniti. Dan juga terima kasih kepada Dr. Zia dan Dr. Saume, pihak di balik tabir daripada kejayaan daripada program ini. Assalamualaikum dan selamat tengah hari.
Okay, thank you Doktor, to all the IPSA, also IPASA, kena berguna, dan untuk semua ni tolong jaga sungai tapi tolong cintai longkang. Kalau nak cinta sungai, cintai longkang dulu. Order with that, thank you, God bless.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.